Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at enCore Energy. This was a stock request analysis from one of the followers, and I'm mentioning this because I want to remind you all that anyone can make these requests, and especially if there is an actionable trade setup, I will cover them, but yeah, to be honest, I cover most of them anyway. Now on this chart we are tracking two main scenarios, and there isn't much of a difference between them because in both of them we are looking for continuation to the upside, but semantics do matter, and for now here I would mention the yellow interpretation where we are tracking a leading diagonal to the upside. Now it is possible to track this as an impulse with a truncated fifth wave, but the support zone for the wave 4 that we would track anyway here would be pretty much identical, actually even overlapped by this support zone in yellow that we already have. Now let me even move this a little to the right. And now in this interpretation we have a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, a third wave up, a fourth wave down, and then we would be tracking this larger fifth wave to the upside that would also develop as an ABC pattern. Now as I mentioned, it could be tracked as an impulse. In that case, we would be looking for a 5-wave move, where this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be the case for most of the yellow support zone. If we actually push lower, we can check again, but for now, that is fine. And then we have the blue interpretation, in which we consider that, okay, for this wave 1, we had a clear ABC structure that developed, clear differentiation between the wave A and the wave C that developed by a significant wave B. And this could be the same case for this third wave that develops, where instead of being just an ABC to the upside here, it could turn into something larger where we have an A wave up, B wave down here, and now we would be in the C wave that would push even further to the upside. And for that area, for that idea, I mean, we have a support zone between $1.4 down to the 32 cents level. And I didn't mention earlier, but for the yellow interpretation, we have a support zone that starts from $2.3 down to the 59 cent level at the 61.8% extension. Now we did reach both support zones, so depending on how this movement develops to the upside, we can determine at a later time what we actually developed and track the next support zones in both scenarios. But for now, we don't need to worry about that too much, and I would focus here in this area instead, where we could even have a 5-wave move, or sorry, not a 5-wave move, we could have a wave 1 developed, and now we would be looking for a wave 2 correction that should find support in the area between $2 down to $1.3 level at a 78.6% retracement. Now I did mention a 5-wave, I did say that correctly, but it was meant for this wave 1, so I could easily consider that this formed in a diagonal probably maybe doesn't matter, but we have a 5-wave move here in a wave 1. I'm not going to focus too much on the microstructure because I am focusing instead on the support zones, and that is what we should be focusing on actually. And we did even reach the first level of support here. I think did we touch it? Yeah, we did briefly touch it at the 38.2% retracement and already created a reaction to the upside. Now I'm not saying that this wave 2 is complete. It could be, but there's no confirmation yet. We did form a mini 5-wave move here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then we continued with a correction and then followed up by maybe 1, 2, 1, 2, but this is already nano counting. It's not something we want to be focusing on too much. What we do want to focus on is the support zone that we have in white, and the idea that whether this wave 2 bottomed here or it is still developing, we could be looking for an entry still in the white support zone. Now, so far, I think we have a pretty textbook movement correction here to the downside in an ABC that developed in a very small scale, and we did reach the ideal target, I believe, for this C wave to the downside, and yes, we did. We slightly passed it, and now we either completed this wave 2 as I mentioned, or there still is the possibility that this is forming a larger correction where this was only the A wave bottom and now we are forming a B wave top, for which, yeah, let's use a different color for this. We would be looking for resistance in the area between $2.4 up to around $2.9 at the 78.6% retracement level. We do have quite a bit of resistance in this area, so even if we manage to break through, we might find a bit of resistance and maybe retrace slightly before we find continuation to the upside if that succeeds. Now, so far we did reach the resistance levels, and we did already create a pretty strong reaction once we touched it, and we could technically be in the C wave to the downside, and if we do reach the support zone again, that would be an entry opportunity. And if we topped here in a B wave, so meaning we push directly to the downside, I would be looking at an ideal target at the 100% extension for this wave C, but considering how weak this B wave was, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually stop a bit early with this C wave and it bottoms maybe in the 50% retracement area, the 78.6% extension at around $1.80. But for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.